Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So a lot of people have been tagging me in something that has been going on with Joshua David Evans right now, and my ears like perk up whenever I hear that name out of trauma from the past years. I was like, what is he up to now? What is he saying? So we're going to get to apparently what he has been talking about. I have seen the Reddit talking about this, and it is this conversation that is going on right now because of the arrests of Jody and Ruby, who are from the 8 Passenger Family Vlog channel, which I have extensively talked about, and I absolutely hate those women, and I am rooting for them to go to jail for a very, very, very long time. And so, yeah, it is apparently furthering going on from that conversation. I did want to read this with you on here right now because I like doing these like live reactions with everyone. So let's go for it. But one thing I will say is I am loving the era of Josh being able to talk and Josh being able to say something without being shut down. And I am someone who witnessed Josh go through many, many, many years on the internet where he wasn't allowed to have a voice, or he wasn't allowed to have an opinion, or he wasn't allowed to simply exist within a space that would be online. And for many of those years, people just didn't want him to exist in general. And I witnessed, these eras come and go of Josh. And I really have been, we've messaged back and forth over the years. I think the first message me and Josh sent each other kind of in our new moving forward bit was in 2020. And we had a very, very, very brief conversation. And it was after I posted my first video and everyone was dunking on me. And Josh sent me a very lovely message. And we had a very, very, very brief exchange. And he was very encouraging. And it was like throughout all of this, Josh has been so encouraging to me, to Becky, to Oliver, to Ella, to absolutely everyone who has been speaking up, who hasn't faked their fucking story. And, no one was there for Josh, and no one was that for Josh. So, if anything I can say, like I will always do, is in everything that happened with Johnny, I made my stance very clear that I didn't want to voice anything that Johnny said because, me and Josh had briefly spoke about it, and I had my own opinion of Johnny, and I had my own opinion of the situation with Josh, and I didn't speak on the Johnny stuff, so I didn't push that. And I'm not saying anyone who did push that was in the wrong, because again, like, you're listening to a victim. But for Josh, I really have been rooting for him for quite some time because he does deserve to have a voice, and he really did lose everything from the job to the willingness of people being accepting of your existence. And I really have. And so with whatever this has to do in regards to 8 Passengers, I assume it's him talking about him wanting to be in the vlogger scene whenever he was younger, and a couple more years back whenever he was in the full scene with Colleen. Hi, can I get 1 ticket for the train, please? Thank you so much. Oh my god. Hi, can I sit here? Thank you so much. Oh my god. 50? That's funny. Oh, 50. 50, sorry. Yeah, because 50 is a number that sticks out to me because I have this code, Adam50 as well. Do you have a second I could tell you about it? Sorry, I know that we're on this train, but it's Adam50. It's Adam50. So this video is sponsored by Adam50. So if you can take a moment while we're on this train, we'll talk about it. So if you go to adamandeve.com and you use code Adam50, you will get beautiful view, right? Beautiful view out the window. You will get 50% off 1 item and free shipping in the US and Canada. Yeah. Beautiful sunset, isn't it? Love it. If you use the code Adam50 on adamandeve.com, you will literally get half off 1 item. I'm not kidding you. Half off 1 item and free shipping in the US and Canada. And ship. Oh, you live internationally? I live internationally as well. No, they do shipping internationally as well, so don't worry about that. I get all my stuff as well. Me and my friends get all the stuff. Have you ever used it before? Adam and Eve, they have everything on there. They literally have like things just as well that are for self-care, which I absolutely love them as well. They also have a lot of fun games on there as well, which are, go on the website. If you pull up, I know the data's really bad on this train. I'm trying to connect myself as well. But even if not, the website's always there if you want to go on. It's adamandeve.com. And if you use the code Adam50, I'm Adam50, same as how much my train ticket was, £50, really fucking expensive, you will get the 50% off, half off, one item, and free shipping in the US and Canada. Now also, they have 90-day no hassle returns. So see if you don't even like your product, if you do not even love it, you will be able to return it within those 90 days. But you will, trust me, please. Yes, that is a little sheep. Yes, it is. If you use the code and you get your 50% off and you don't like your product, you have the 90-day window. They have 24/7 customer service. I know, 24/7 customer service. And also a bunch of their proceeds goes to helping fighting the spread. Sorry, it's really bumpy on this train, isn't it? A bunch of their proceeds goes to helping fighting the spread of HIV all around the world, which I think is really incredible. And I love standing behind the company. So yeah, Adam50, 50% off, one item and free shipping. Yeah, I'm actually gonna get off at the next stop, so I'm gonna see you. All right, manipulation station. Yeah, this is for me. Because let me tell you something. That man would vlog. That man would vlog taking a shit, and he did. Well, I don't know if he did actually, but Josh is someone who really was one of the most on it vloggers from that time period. I mean, heck, he even got like Julian and stuff to form like a boy band group because they were the vloggers and the whatever. He really was. I mean, this man vlogged down the aisle, like, as much as I'm rooting for him, like. So, this is someone who, if given the chance of having a baby whenever he was in that era, I wouldn't have put it past him to exploit the shit out of the baby. So I wonder if it's going to touch on that. I don't know what he's going to say. I promise, hand to God, I have not read this yet. But I'm going to be interested to see if he addresses the fact that, you know, he, if given the opportunity, probably would have gone down the path of exploiting kids for a family channel. I mean, that man filmed everything. But anyway, let's jump ahead and get to it. Also, I am daily vlogging on my second channel every single day, and I'm on like day 13 or something. It's called More Adam McIntyre. It'll be pinned down below. Please come over. Yesterday I got attacked by a seagull and it was very traumatizing. So if you want to see that and see me cry, you can go over there. All right, let's get to it. So Joshua David Evans. So I saw this. I saw kids aren't props or soulless beings and hashtag Ruby Frank, hashtag Vamply vlogging, which is why I feel that he is going to address the fact that he probably would have also gone down the same path. Not to the same extreme, but I mean in film. I'm just so against family channels in general. You're aware that I am on this side. I am on this side of I am so against family channels. And by the way, but sorry, just, can I say why? Because everyone says, oh, you just jumped on the I was going to say I jumped on the train, but not right use of that word. I'm someone who's been speaking about this for many, many, many years. I am also someone who is closer in age to the children that are being exploited than the parents who are exploiting them. So sorry if at age fucking 14, I was also watching family channels. You know what I mean? Because that's who it's, you know, catered towards. However, the bigger majority are the people that question mark. You don't know who the majority of people are that are watching your kid day in, day out, have learned the floor plan of your house, have learned what shops you go to nearby, have learned the school of your children, have made your children feel that they should trust strangers because strangers are friends and strangers are family. You know, they witness our every move. So who's to say that someone can't approach your kid in the street and be like, your name is this, your favorite thing is this, your mother is this, your mother knows me, which means come get in my van. And like, it has opened up this entire... So, the thing that made me fully turn against family channels was the Ballinger family. Now, the Ballinger family is the brother and sister-in-law of... They're literally like the Von Trapp family. Like, holy fuck, they push out another one every couple of years when the views go down. And let me tell you something, the views are down. Expect an announcement very soon. But the reason that I really started to turn on family channels, even years back, was the fact that I witnessed their kids grow up. And obvious, that's a given, right? But there was a turning point in like 2019 or 2020 or something like that where I realized that the kids had grown up and that I had watched them grow up. And me, as someone who was, like 16 or 17, I felt a little bit uncomfortable with that even back at 16 or 17. And then whenever everything happened with my video in 2020, being 17 and then being 18 the following year, I kind of went silent on the Ballinger family, and I didn't really talk here and there about family channels, maybe once or twice about like the Ace family or something. And it was really in 2021 that a post from the Ballinger family popped up on my For You page, and I saw the kids. And first of all, there was like 100 new kids that they had pushed out within the time period of me taking a little step back. And furthermore, I saw their kids, and they looked a lot more grown up since I had watched them in 2019 or 2020. And there was a moment in me that felt incredibly creepy in that moment where I was like, oh my God, I've watched these kids grow up. Like, these kids are now, like 12, 13, and 14. And oh my God, I remember watching them whenever they were literally born up until that point. And I'm someone who's closer in age to the children than the parents. And I felt weird with that. And then I was like, so how do people who are a lot older not feel uncomfortable with this? And then I started looking into other family channels, and then that's whenever I turned fully, like, I'm not even just against family channels. Like, I will go on the record attacking family channels because I don't think the system should exist, and I don't think social media platforms should be catering towards it because they can put more ads and stuff. But I think as well, with this 8-passenger situation where we are literally seeing a family channel abuse their kids for the sake of just using them as props, I hope that we start to see a change in the way that these social media platforms promote these family channels. But anyway, sorry for that really long tangent. I just wanted to clarify that because people are always like, what's your reason? What's your reason? So Josh said the following. #RubyFrank, #family vlogging. Kids aren't props or soulless beings made for consumption so someone's channel can maintain relevance and viewership, which is a very, very, very true point. Okay, I have just read on, and I've seen that he is addressing the fact that he could have been a part of the problem, which I'm very glad, because I feel that this would have been hypocritical if he didn't address that. So my eyes have went down, and I have seen that he addresses that, so I'm really, really, really glad at that. I'm really glad, because I feel that it would be a little bit, what's the word? A little bit hypocritical. Someone who, also filmed all the kids and stuff. Not his own kids, but other kids. They need privacy to grow up without the world knowing every misstep, every daily routine, and every learning moment they've been through. I think that is exactly what I just said. Kids deserve privacy. Kids don't deserve to be the reason that their parents either do or don't make money. I can't imagine the stress that is on the shoulders of the Family Channel kids to perform. And I think that he has phrased that great. The world doesn't need to know your kids' every misstep, every daily routine, and every learning moment that they've been through. There's no purpose for that. These parents know exactly what they're doing. They choose or even create the moment, the thumbnail, and how to manipulate all of it for views. They'll even edit their kid to look sicker in thumbnails to gain more concern from viewers. Now again, a lot of people are saying that this is coming at the Ballinger family, and let's be honest, it could be. I mean, that all applies to the Ballinger family. I mean, I honestly think that the Von Trapp family are one of the worst. And it's not even the connotation to Colleen. I just think that because they've flown so under the radar as their popularity has dwindled, they are doing more shady things that if it was a bigger channel, they would be put more under the microscope. I mean, I think that the way that they treat these kids and the way that they do the schooling and the way that they do, there's something as well that is very, very, very topical with the 8-passenger family that Jessica Ballinger has allegedly done with her eldest Bailey, whenever it comes to food. And this was a story that the Weenies told me once, and I've seen people post about this here and there, but one of the Weenies members that I talked to and had hung out with Jessica on many occasions, basically accused Jessica of some shady things to do with dietary requirements for one of their children. And whenever I heard that, and then I hear the 8 passengers thing, it's like, I don't know. So all that is alleged, but it was a member of Weenies who accused her of that. But again, these show mommies, like I don't put it past them to be the equivalent of, I saw someone write like almond mom. You know what I mean? Like the Yolanda Hadid. I mean, I don't put it past any of them. Again, all of that is completely alleged, but it is things that that member of the Weenies and a couple of them have said for many years behind the scenes where, I mean, Jessica is a shady person within herself. But I have not looked into them. I don't speak to the Ballinger family. I have not really spoke to them ever on a one-on-one occasion. I mean, Jessica and me, not really much. Chris, me, and never. But some of the members in the Weenies that did get close with them, I mean, don't have great things to say about their parenting. And that was things that were just passed along us. So I can't really speak much further than that, but it is something that gets talked about from the members of the Weenies, who literally hung out with these people and out on one occasion, I'm pretty sure babysat them. I mean, yeah, the kids would come over to their house. They would go over. Yeah. I mean, two of the members of the Weenies went on the record on my channel saying that. Really fucking weird. So, anyway. So, Josh is saying that they'll edit their kids to look sicker in thumbnails to gain more concern from viewers. I was pretty set on eventually becoming a vlogger dad. I'm so glad he's addressing this, because otherwise I would be picking this apart a little bit. I was pretty set on eventually becoming a vlogger dad back in 2015 and 2016. I was so lost in the world that I began making daily excuses for exploiting my life and those in it. You know what? I'm glad he's saying that, because this further validates what he's saying here about calling family channels out, because he was a part of it. He didn't vlog his kids. He didn't have any kids, but he was a part of the world and witnessed it happen. I mean, he was in the direct family of people that were pushing out kids for videos. You know what I mean? I'm so thankful that that path was ripped from me. I absolutely participated, and that was a part of the problem back then, which is why I should be vocal now. And I think that that is a great way of addressing it. And I think it's as easy as that. For everyone who's like, well, what do you want from these people? It's as easy as this. It really is as easy as this. Calling something out, addressing your connotation to it, addressing why you want to call it out, and that's it. And by the way, I feel Josh has been very consistent in calling things out and then relating it to how he's done it and then saying that, well, that's why I want to call it out. People have given him criticism for that, Johnny. But from the start, I've been like, oh no, I appreciate when someone calls something out, even if they're a little bit guilty of it themselves, gives a little bit of reasoning why they're calling it out because they were a part of it. It's as easy as that. Stop exploiting children. They won't look back fondly on being content years from now like you say they will. Public favor will not always be on your side. Joshua. Now, again, I just think that someone just commented a Bible quote on my Instagram post about how God is going to kill me. Shocking. He can't handle all this. God, I mean, not Josh. This is not a Johnny love story moment. No. Johnny may have wanted that ass, but I'm fine just being friendly. Anyway, I think that this was really good. And I think that Josh has been having great takes on social media for quite some time now, because let me come back into focus. Again, he was a part of the world that was this. And I feel that he can add context because he was a part of that world, but that doesn't mean that he has to not address anything. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people say that if you're a part of the world, oh, well, just don't touch the topic. This is a perfect example of, you can be a part of something, touch the topic, and do a pretty good job at it as well. So I really like this take from Josh. I really like him saying the statement, and I saw that people on the Reddit were talking about it, which is where I originally saw this. And it says, Joshua denounces family channels and says he's thankful he didn't go down that path, which is the statement we just saw. And someone said Josh could have just tagged the Ballinger family, the Von Trapp family. Love that movie. I actually do love that movie. The hills are alive. Love it. And you know, there's a James Charles song in there as well. I am 16 going on 17. Or a Corey DeSoto one, depending on the angle you look at it. All right. Someone said, I agree with him, especially since the 8 passengers thing has come to light and the law is getting involved. All family channels are pure nonsense and evil, and child abuse is a form of they didn't ask to be put in front of the camera and the world. People are saying, relating this back to the Ballinger family, because again, he is making a statement there. It doesn't know if it involves the Ballinger family, but him accusing, a family channel of editing their kids to look sick for sympathy clicks. And so a lot of people are relating that to the Ballinger family and saying, oh, well, it's time for them to get another job that isn't just pushing out kids. All right, people are saying it's refreshing to see someone not only take accountability, learn from their mistakes, but then to genuinely understand and appreciate their impact and speak up. So people are really, really, really enjoying this take from Josh. And you know what? I am rooting for him. I think that out of anyone involved in this topic, he is the person who has shown growth. And not only that he's shown growth, he's the person who has shown that he will want to grow. Even if he hasn't grown, he's showing that he is willing to have the conversation. And I think that that is one of the most important things about all this, that he's willing to have the conversation. And whether he agrees or disagrees, he's not going to fucking run and hide. And I really respect him for that. I do. And I'm very intrigued to see how the Swoop interview comes out, because, it could go one of two ways. And I'm very interested to see how he holds himself, what kind of things Swoop asks. And I guess we'll see. But I really do think that he has some great things to say and some great perspective on things. So shout out Joshua David Evans. Hope you're well. And also fuck you, Corey. And Johnny. And Cody. And Colleen. And Jessica. And Christopher. You know what? Rachel Ballinger too. Throw you in there.